welcome to episode 192 of
The Eldritch Podblast.
I'm Max.
I'm Jack.
And we are a Dungeons & Dragons social commentary podcast where we focus on the social aspect of D&D.
We give out advice to dungeon masters and players, old and new.
But most importantly, we believe in creating a safe, inclusive, and welcoming space in the TTRPG community.
So if that sounds good to you, welcome in.
Come on in.
Come on in. It's
Look.
free lemonade today.
Oh.
Free lemonade.
Yeah, have we made it?
No, the dog made it.
Oh, no, it's just like 25p lemonade we bought from Tesco.
Yeah. No, 25p lemonade that we squeezed with our own hands.
Yes.
And, made it effervescent ourselves.
Yes,
and
we have a
it's
soda
not-
stream.
Yeah, we got a soda stream.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the only way to make fizzy drinks at home, a soda stream. There has to be other ways.
Or is it like a chemical that makes it fizzy?
I don't
Is it
know.
like
No,
bicarbonate or something like that?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the act of just aerating the water, right?
Shaking it.
I think it's the act of introducing something to the water. Not like bicarb, but like introducing like another element. I don't know.
Acid.
I have no idea. Speaking of acid, get in the acid bath.
Oh my god, jump in, hop in. It'll get rid of all your impurities.
Yeah.
And your sins.
Yeah. We'll aerate you. How about that? Me when I aerate you.
I'll shake you up.
Don't
I'll
threaten
rock the
me.
bath.
Yeah. I'll shake you up if you know what I mean. I'll rough you up.
Be scared.
I'll commit crimes. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I hope you've had a good weekend. Gosh,
Yeah.
when is it that we're seeing you? It must be incredibly close to Christmas now. Yeah, it's next week. Christmas is literally next week. Wild.
What's the date?
16th today.
When it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 16th when this comes out.
Wow.
Goodness gracious me.
Goodness
Hey,
gracious.
I know every single person has said this. Every mother fudger
Oh my god, hit him with the first 10 minutes language.
has said this, but Jesus, where's the year gone?
Gone.
How
It's
are
just
we?
gone. I can't remember what we did last year. What did we do for New Year's Eve?
No idea. Couldn't tell you.
Did we
Could
do
not-
anything?
Doubt it.
Did we just sit in?
Did we ever do anything for New Year? Don't think we even watched Jules Holland, did we?
I don't know.
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
I think did we play Divinity?
No,
that was
the
the year before. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Absolutely no clue. That's
No idea.
That's how old we are. We don't do anything.
Didn't remember.
I think we're streaming this year, aren't we?
On New Year's Eve?
Yeah. Are we not?
Are
New
we?
Year's Eve, Tuesday the 31st. Yeah, we're due to stream.
Oh, in the day.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds like good fun.
Yeah. This is a reminder. No podcast episodes next week. Next week. So 23rd and 26th, there is no podcast episodes.
No podcast episodes.
We're still going to be streaming as usual. You know what? As it gets closer, we might take a day or two off of stream, like around Christmas, just to give ourselves like a proper break. But I don't know, because streaming's
we love streaming.
yeah,
It's like streaming's good fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like sometimes you do just want to do nothing.
Yeah.
It's weird though because I just do like streaming.
I know streaming's just like hanging out.
We need to figure out when we're doing our first BG3 stream.
Yeah, we do.
Because I just want to rip it. I want to just get going.
Yeah, you know what? Now we're finally winding down. Like this weekend is kind of like the last weekend of podcast stuff.
Yeah.
We finished Etsy work. We're wrapping other things up. I think going into next week we'll finally have some time to actually think about things. Because that's the problem, isn't it? It's organizing, trying to do anything new requires a lot of planning and time, which when you don't have any of that is very hard. So maybe going into next week we can think about
Bugathra.
Yeah.
Baldy G's. Balding Gears.
You know what? I realized I thought I'd gotten over this. Being part of a fandom and thirsting for things. I really thought I was over that.
Yeah.
But Arcane has taught me that is not the case. I am very deep in the fandom. I'm very, very deep in it. And I'm really worried about going into Baldur's Gate 3 and properly meeting Gale. I'm worried about I'm worried about it.
Who's our party going to be? Gale?
Yeah. Don't care about anyone else.
You don't care about anyone else?
No.
I can pick the rest.
Yeah, Karlach. Gale Karlach.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's a real feels good party.
Yeah. And the thing is, I love Astarion. Like, you know what I've worked out? Do you know what I've come to the conclusion of, right? I love like the
Go
I
on.
love the pretty twink,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Victor from Arcane. Love looking at him.
Yeah.
Astarion. Love looking at him. However, it's the personality of the golden retriever himbo
Yeah.
that solidifies
That
it for me.
really
Yes.
gets you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
it really does.
yeah.
Have I noticed a correlation between bearded Jace and Gale? Maybe. Maybe that's something that I've been thinking about.
Maybe.
So I don't know. I thought I don't know.
Well, these are just good characters.
Yeah,
that
I
you just
know.
fall in love with.
I know,
That's the point
it.
that's the point of great characters.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
I think tell you why. I did watch The Witcher 4. Again.
Oh God, yeah.
The trailer came out today. It's 6 minutes long.
Wow.
It's basically like a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
It's not like gameplay or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about The Witcher law.
No.
Literally not a single thing.
No, same.
But
We watched the Netflix movie. The
Yeah.
the animated one.
yeah.
But
Which was good.
I don't think that had
And no, I don't think
Geralt
so.
in it.
And I think it had Geralt in it, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, but apparently, so I think it's not Geralt who's the main character this time. It's
Oh.
someone called Ciri or Kiri, maybe.
Oh, okay.
And that's somebody he found
Yes.
in The Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yeah. And she is the one doing the
Oh.
witching now.
Cool.
And it was just I've said it before, I'll say it again. Just love watching badass women in media.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Just love watching badass
Yeah,
women
I get it.
just beat
being,
people up.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
And
yeah.
it's like, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
I like that.
So
yeah.
she seems to be the main character.
That's really cool.
We'll watch the trailer on stream tonight.
Yeah, we'll
because
do that.
I know stream will go
Yeah.
feral for it.
Wow, there's a lot of things coming out.
Oh my
that
god.
Dragon
28,
Prince
28 weeks later.
God, 28 years later.
28 years later.
28 years later.
What
Gosh.
a creepy trailer.
If you're a fan of, so I love 28 days later. I think 28 weeks later wasn't.
I don't think it hit.
No.
I don't think it hit.
But
So I don't know if it was the same people who did 28 weeks later.
I don't think it was.
But I think this is the
It's
same people who did
28 days later. Yes.
And you can tell.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the vibes
Gosh,
are right.
it's really scary.
Really
Really
spooky.
scary, the trailer. That's coming out. The final season of Dragon Prince is coming out at time of recording this week.
Yeah.
This
Nocturne
Thursday.
is coming out.
God, Castlevania Nocturne.
Nocturne season 2 is coming out.
Yeah, what else? There's something else that's got Nosferatu, the movie's coming
Yeah.
out.
Loads of stuff coming out.
Loads of things coming out. How strange. I mean, is it normally like this
God.
at the end of the year?
I don't know. I don't really know if it's like anything to do with the end of the year. But we also did watch something called Secret Level.
Oh God, yeah, we watched Secret Level.
First, it's if you've watched Love, Death and Robots, it's
Yeah, by the
it's
same
like
people.
a Love, Death and Robots thing.
Yeah, it's by a lot of the same people. Yeah.
But it's on Amazon Prime this time.
Yes.
Amazon Video.
Yes. You know what? It's all about games, right?
Yes.
They go over D&D. They do
They have
Unreal
the first
Tournament.
episode is D&D episode.
Yeah, they have D&D, Unreal Tournament. They have Pac-Man. They have
Warhammer 40k.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
They have New World.
They have New
and
World.
I was like, when we saw New World, I was like, that seems really strange. The
Like,
New World.
All the other games are like well established,
yeah,
long
like kind of like
lasting, well founded
like
games.
classics,
Yeah,
I
like
would say.
classics.
Yeah,
D&D.
yeah.
40k.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, and
mean-
some of the ones that are coming out as well. What? There's a there's an out. To be fair, there's an Outer Worlds one.
I don't think
Which-
that's new.
Is it not?
Is it not?
I was under the impression Outer Worlds was incredibly new.
Is it super new?
Yeah, but I wonder if it's maybe. Well, anyway,
But this is
so
the thing. It was that,
yeah.
that game like is beloved
mm,
amongst fans.
yeah,
New World. on the
New
other hand.
World, and again, New World was incredibly popular, and New World Eternum, I think, has kind of changed the books a little bit.
No, it wasn't. No, I think it was like a lot of people played it.
Yeah, it doesn't
And then
necessarily mean it was popular.
Instantly didn't play it because it
Yeah,
was
there's
really bad.
It was once again a game studio, Amazon Game Studio, that kind of pushed for it to be released. And you know what? I thought how strange. But we were talking to Jord last night, and Jord was like, "Yeah, well, it's Jeff Bezos, isn't it? It's Amazon,
It's Amazon.
and it's on Amazon Prime, so
Yeah.
it's an Amazon." And I was like, "Oh,
And
that
I'm pretty sure
stinks."
it's New World Eternum, which
Yeah,
is the newest like thing that they brought out.
Yeah, stinks.
So hey, it was
It
the
was
episode
fine.
was fine.
It was
One
definitely
of my least favorite ones.
same until the very end. At the very end, I was like,
Oh, that was
"Oh,
kinda
all
sweet.
right, okay." My least favorite one
It was the Pac-Man one.
was the Pac-Man one. I'm just a bit of a Scrooge, I guess, when it comes to the typical trope of maybe I spent too much time on creepypasta.
I think you spent too much time on creepypasta. Like the Pac-Man one was
really dark.
It was like a dark twist on Pac-Man.
Yeah, and it looked incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
They all looked incredible. But I don't think I like the kids game scary.
Yeah,
I don't think I like
edgy
that.
kids game. Yeah.
But maybe that's just because of creepypasta.
Now, I love the Dungeons and Dragons one. It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
You
it was
saw
good.
like
yeah. You got the heart of D&D.
You got like the class fantasy. You
Yep.
saw like loads of spells. You saw like typical. There's like dragons in it and things like that. It's very
yeah, and you really feel the heart of what it's
very
about.
D&D. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I loved it. But
the Warhammer one.
let's talk about the Warhammer.
The
40K
Warhammer one was so good.
The Warhammer 40K one
Yeah.
was unbelievably
It was
cool.
astounding. Yeah, it was astounding.
Like the visuals.
Yeah.
It's like this series. It's not so much about like Love, Death and Robots was more about the stories.
Yeah.
And the visuals were good.
The visuals were incredible. Yeah.
On this,
it's
the
all about the
visuals
visuals.
are like the thing.
Yeah.
And it's to like, hey, if you think this looks cool,
Yeah.
you might want to play the game sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But the visuals in the Warhammer 40K
Was
one,
Incredible.
oh,
Really,
my,
really
I
cool.
implore you
Same.
to go and watch it.
Same. If you watch any of them, you can watch the longest episode was 19 minutes.
Which was the Warhammer one.
The shortest one was 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I think. So they're very, very tiny, small anthology things. There's more coming out. There's 8 out at the minute. 9.
There's Armored Car with Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of them. But yeah, I did actually next day look into some of the lore of 40K.
Yeah.
Because I was so interested in what the episode offered.
Yeah.
And I think it was just really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should check it out.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely check it out. If nothing, definitely watch the D&D one. Right? You know, there's things where we were like, oh, that's what that is. That's that. Ooh, that's a counter spell.
That's counter spell.
It was
that's Windwall.
it was just really fun to watch that.
By the way, the only thing that I didn't agree with was
the gnome. The gnome?
It wasn't the
1,
gnome.
2, 3. The gnome?
It wasn't the gnome.
Oh.
It was the spell that the gnome cast. The gnome cast Burning Hands.
Yeah.
Burning Hands doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah, but
The Burning Hands was a little exaggerated.
so it's the gnome.
So it was something the gnome did, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And Burning Hands doesn't have that much range.
Yeah,
But-
the dragon, by the way. This isn't spoilers. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. The dragon.
There's a dragon in it.
The scene with the dragon is actually really horrifying.
Yeah.
Really, really fucking creepy. Creepy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we're
was
10
good though.
minutes in.
It was good though.
It was. Watch it. Do watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll give it a
watch
watch.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
It was good. It was good stuff.
What else?
I've just been playing some Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, still playing Marvel. Have we spoken about Marvel Rivals here?
No.
I know we spoke about it on stream.
Yeah.
But we didn't speak about it here. Hey, we're playing Marvel Rivals right now.
We're playing Marvel Rivals, and we're still playing a bit of classic WoW. We're
Yep.
chilling out.
Yep.
Christmas time sort of upon us.
Yep.
It's been good, yeah. I play Venom
Yep.
and a little Magneto
Yep.
and a
Some
little
Penny Parker.
Penny Parker.
Yeah.
That's really about who I play.
Yeah. I play Star-Lord, I play Hela, and I play Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Little
Jeff,
Jeff. I like Jeff.
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 Jeff the Landshark.
Jeff the Landshark. I'm Jeff.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's been really fun.
let us know if you've been playing Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Tell me who you play down in the comments.
Yeah, we'll talk about it probably next episode
Yeah.
with a bit more time. And we'll be talking about it on stream loads. We already have talked about it on stream,
Yeah.
to be fair. Was it Patreon or was it actual stream?
No, that was Patreon.
Was
stream.
it? Let's go. We can be feral with
Feral
everyone.
about
Let's
Marvel Rivals
go.
tonight.
So, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Bye. Please.
Oh, yes. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, please hit the bell. All those things go very far to help the video. If you think that you do enough by just watching, hey, thank you so much, you do. But what if you like and
Oh
subscribe?
my god.
You know what I'm saying? Free merch to the next person who likes the video. That's a lie.
What's going on?
Check out the Patreon in the description. That's a great way to support the channel as well. And check out our merch on www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk. Our Pride collection's out. Any Pride t-shirts or hoodies that are bought, 10% of those sales will go to a local charity. Thanks so much for supporting us. We love you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much to all our patrons over at Patreon.
You have no idea how much we appreciate your support.
If you want to support us over at Patreon and gain access to our exclusive content,
like our D&D campaign updates and our extra monthly live streams,
click the link in the description. More about Patreon at the end of this video. Thank you.
So today we are doing horrible D&D house rules.
We haven't done this in ages.
We haven't done this in ages because, you know, I'm always like, how many can there be that we can talk about?
Yeah. I think I think the thing is with this, you just got to let the tank refill.
Yeah.
If you try and do it too frequently,
yeah, totally,
you will get like some of the
kind
same
of repeats
things and stuff
but
like that.
You know what? I think that about a lot of things we do. I'm like, how many things is there to talk about? You know what? When there's groups of human beings involved, infinite.
Yeah.
It will never run dry because human beings are inherently whack.
Yeah, people just human everywhere.
Yeah. People do be human in.
Normie scare me.
Oh my god, normal people scare me.
Normal people scare me.
Oh my god, what was it that you said and we hit you with one of them?
I just said I hate normies.
Yeah, and we were like, no,
normal people scare me.
With the American Horror Story font, we've all been there. I know you had a Tumblr, so I know you've been there.
Normal people don't scare me. I just hate them.
Yeah, same.
I just despise them. They're so normal, and
same.
it just. Do you know what? More than anything, just pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, just get a fucking personality.
So, as we always say at the top of these episodes, with anything as subjective as house rules, these are, of course, all our opinions. The title Horrible House Rules is, hey, look, we got to get people in here somehow. And if you like any of these rules, if you use any of these rules at your table, that is completely your prerogative. What works for your table works for you. And you should not listen to any idiots on the internet, especially us telling you about it. This is just for a bit of fun, and these are just our
we're
opinions
just having
on
a
these
bit of
things.
crack.
Yeah, indeed. So shall we get into it?
Yeah.
So, this is actually a full post that has a few in them, and I just thought it'd be fun if we could go through
rip it.
all of it, and then, you know, we'll kind of move on after that. The title is I'm a player as a DM for the first time, and I have new rules for oh no, this isn't OPs. Player is a DM for the first time and has new house rules for his campaign.
Okay.
One player of mine is creating a campaign of his own and has presented a few house rules and seeks if they're valid in feedback. I thought I would share this to you guys to see what you think about it. Here are his house rules.
Okay.
Is this no, I'm asking for a friend.
No, I'm just asking for a friend. Oh my
no.
god. Is this I think they're dreadful, but I just want the internet to cooperate with me?
I don't know. These are mine and they could be dreadful.
Yeah,
so I need to find out. I don't know. So there's a few. Number one. It's not number one, it's a bullet point. I am allowing casters to ignore components, but they will roll with disadvantage.
There needs to be more clarification here, because it's just like, then every single caster is just going to have an arcane focus, and then nobody rolls a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Or are you saying things with a monetary cost?
Yes, like Revivify or something like that. Yeah.
What's it called?
Like Summon Beast or
No,
something
the
like
thingy crystal. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh my gosh, scrying?
No, the first level,
Identify.
no, the first level spell. Chromatic Orb. Oh my god, I don't know why that took me so long.
Oh my god.
Like, Chromatic Orb, like, it does so much damage because you need, like, something worth 100 gold or something like that, which isn't particularly easy to get at level 1.
It's the same with Summon Beast.
So, like, okay, you can cast it with disadvantage because I actually don't mind that.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that either.
I think that's kind of
cool.
cool.
I don't mind that either.
Summon Beast. The thing is, it's just like, how do you summon Beast with disadvantage? Do you summon the Beast and then all the Beast attacks have disadvantage?
Yeah. Yeah. To me, it sounds like this is a blanket statement.
Or is it like Revivify?
Yeah, and then, you know, maybe you have to make the Revivify roll with disadvantage. You know, I think that's interesting. I actually like that. I think that's an interesting rule if someone chooses to use it.
I think it can be a good rule.
Yeah, I agree.
But we need more clarification.
Yeah,
because,
totally. There needs to be.
You know, if it's just like every spell is with disadvantage, if you don't have material, comes to like, okay, then we all just use an arcane focus.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, the rule is pointless.
No, I agree. 2. If someone hits and kills a creature with extra damage, the damage will then go to the nearest creature with the same AC. So if you overkill, basically.
Okay, so let's just say this
someone.
thing has 5 hit points and I hit it for 10. Do they have to be in range?
I don't know. It just said, well, yeah, the nearest creature with the same AC.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily know if it's a ranged thing.
The
It's
same.
just,
I imagine it's the same or lower AC.
yeah, well,
Which-
the same AC.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. And this is kind of like Cleave, right? No,
Yeah.
Well, it's not really like Cleave at all. Actually, lies. I'm a liar.
But it is. It is, but you know, if
like an
let's
AoE, I
just
guess.
say like my spell range is 60 feet and I'm 60 feet away.
yeah,
They're both within 60 feet. I hit
Yeah.
this thing with 15 AC.
yeah.
I overkill. The other thing takes 50. I just don't get my like thematic brain doesn't get like how the firebolt then jumps across.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. You know, I wonder how this would work with an AoE. Let's say Fireball, right? You overkill something. Will it the extra damage then jump to someone to the closest thing, even if that closest thing is
took
already
damage.
hurt? Which I think is fun. But I mean, I think that's fun.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. But you know,
I think. Go on.
there's like no risk or reward with it. You know,
There's these could be cool.
Yeah.
There's just so little like clarification.
yeah. I wonder if it like something that might make it a bit more fun is, you know, if you hit and kill something with the extra damage, you can then roll to see if you meet the next over creature's AC, and if you do, you can do the extra damage to the creature that way. So there's like an element of like, ooh, you know, because it would be really fun if you did hit and it did, but if it didn't, you'd be like, oh well.
Yeah. I don't really like that one.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
I don't really like that one because the thing is, I like Cleave. I like
I like
the
Cleave as well.
idea of like two things within 5 feet. Like I hit it and then it just cleaves automatically onto the next person.
Yeah.
But I don't get to add my ability modifier
Yes.
to the damage.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool
Yeah.
thing
I agree.
because it's just like the damage can be okay, but it
Yeah.
can't be as
It
good
can't be
as-
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. 3, I am making it so that there will be a deck of inspiration. If I grant inspiration to a player, they draw 3 cards with different effects. They pick one of the cards to keep, and they can cash it in later, but it does expire after the session.
See, I do like that.
Yeah, I like that as well. I
Because
like
if
that
it's
too.
just like
This is similar.
a card you get given out and it's like, yeah, you can just re-roll a d20.
Yeah.
Or like, or one
You
of the
can-
cards is you can deal maximum damage dice.
Yeah, you could dash for free.
Yeah, you can take the dash action as a bonus action or something like that.
Yeah.
The next NPC you meet is automatically really friendly too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, totally. You get
just-
20% off the next thing you buy.
Yeah, like just blanket.
Yeah.
Like awesome effects.
Yeah, that's
that,
fun.
That you can use. I actually really like
yeah, that's
that.
really fun.
I think they're really cool.
Yeah, it's very, you know what? It's kind of on the same page. Ages ago, I don't know if it was a submission or just something we read. Someone was running a game based entirely off cards, but it would be like but it's kind of giving that, but far funner.
Yeah, but it's like with that, like if you didn't pull a movement
it's
card,
terrible.
you couldn't move. It's like you needed to have some base cards. But yeah, like okay, oh nice one, you gained inspiration instead of just getting an extra like heroic inspiration dice that you get to re-roll anything damage or whatever. Yeah, you can get things like the next town that you go to, your family line is revered or something like that. So you instantly walk in and everyone recognizes you.
Yeah, I
You
think
get discounted at the shops and stuff
I think
like
that's
that.
really fun. I think that's a really dynamic way to do inspiration.
You strike fear into the heart of all of your enemies. So
Yeah.
literally at the beginning of the next like a fight, when you roll initiative, all the enemies have to roll fear against you or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like just weird benefits that aren't game breaking.
Yeah.
That could just be fun and
Yeah,
flavorful.
the only thing is the fact that, you know, something like that, if it expires after the session, but if you're going to get inspiration every session anyway, which, to be fair, the next couple of points say how you get inspiration, but they've actually been removed, so it's irrelevant now.
I don't think you should ever remove inspiration at the end of the session.
Yeah,
I think you should always get inspiration,
but you can only have one.
but you can only have one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
then, like, let's just say you do get that fear one, but it's you put it down when initiative starts.
Yeah.
You can hold it for like that moment that you need
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's loads of minions in this fight.
Yeah.
I'm putting it down because
Yeah.
it's going to get like huge value. Or I cast a fireball and I roll like loads of ones.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to play my max damage card.
Yeah.
Like just being able to save cool things.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's really good.
You're in one of two camps. You're either the person who rips them as soon as you get them, or the person who hoards them and never uses them. Which one are you?
See, the thing is, when it comes to inspiration, which is normally just like I reroll a D20 test
Yeah.
or whatever, I'm rip it as soon as I get it.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that
same.
means I can then get it again.
Yeah, something like this, I would covet.
Something like that, like if it's a really good card, if it's just
Yeah.
like a max damage dice, if
Yeah.
I roll poo damage, I'll just play it.
Yeah.
But if it's something like that fear one, I'll wait until it's like the perfect moment.
Yeah. I like that. I think that's really fun.
I think that's
cool.
really
really cool.
Depending
I really
on
like that.
what benefits they give out, I think that can be really cool.
I completely agree. The next one is I will use inventory slots. Some items take up less than a slot, a full slot, or multiple slots. They have said I might rework this into size points, with each thing having an amount of size points and them having a limited amount of points that they can carry.
I just don't care about this.
Same, I don't care about encumbrance at all.
Encumbrance, just... I'm usually like, here's a bag of holding. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll make a bag of holding readily available for you to buy straight away so you can just get one. But as long as it isn't ridiculous, like, you aren't going to be carrying around a grand piano.
Yeah.
You know, if you cut the head off a ancient dragon, it's like, you can't carry that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as you're not being ridiculous, or unless you come up with a really inventive way to transport it, I'm happy. Like, I'm just not bothered.
Yeah, but I very much understand that a lot of people do like to play with encumbrance, and they do like to use these things. And
Do you want to know why I don't think we care?
Why?
Because you guys just don't loot anything.
We don't loot anything.
You don't loot
We're not
anything.
looters. We really are not.
You don't like loot.
We don't like loot. We don't care about loot.
You're not, but you like magic items.
Yeah.
But you don't care about loot.
No, we don't at all. We don't care about, how much gold does this person have on them?
See, the thing is, I think next campaign you might care more.
Yeah, I think
we've just come out of a campaign where it didn't matter at all
whatsoever.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think all of your first campaign, maybe it mattered a bit more. Second campaign, it didn't matter. This campaign, it didn't matter. Like, I think because of the type of game we play, we just haven't had to worry about it. But I do think if we had to worry about it, we would, and we probably would enjoy it, right?
I think we'd definitely care more about like gold and stuff next campaign, because we are wanting to run a bastion.
Yeah.
And then gold will actually become like something that you need to worry about.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
But I don't care about inventory space.
No,
and inventory management.
Same. But I do think if I were to care about inventory space, I think I would like something simplified down to size points. I think that probably is how I would like to do it.
Oh, honest, like it's just simple. It's just like I can carry 300. This is 6.
Exactly.
And then you can just simply be like, I've got 95 in my bag right now.
Exactly.
So I've got 205 spaces
left.
left.
There's something to me really boring about having to physically write down the weight of everything. We had to do it once, and it just wasn't my thing.
It was so boring.
But I understand that this is a genuine thing that people care about. But I think I think reworking them into size points is great. Yeah, I like that.
If you want to simplify it down, I think that's a great way to do it.
I like that.
Yeah, do you remember we had to drop our packs before we ran into combat?
Yeah, and it stank.
And if we didn't say we dropped our packs, our movement speed was halved, and we had disadvantage on all attacks.
Yeah, absolutely stank.
Oh.
The last one is removing initiative. Everyone goes when they want to, with monsters going after a set number of turns. A player can't spam attacks, though. Once they have used their turn, they wait until everyone has finished their turn, and then it is a new round. And if a player goes last in the round, they cannot go first in the round.
Okay. So many people have tried to figure out this loose initiative thing. And I don't think anyone has really nailed it yet.
Yeah, because I genuinely think the initiative system in D&D is fine.
Yeah, I think there is a way to do it where there is no initiative. Because there is times in combat where you're like, man, if I was now, like, I could do something real great.
But then that's why the alert feat does what it does now,
Yeah, but...
And it's an origin feat.
Not so much that, like, let's just say you're a wizard and you got a specific spell.
Yeah.
And it does this cone of damage, and the barbarian moves the enemies into a perfect cone
and then
with
you're
the
like,
push attack.
oh.
And you're like, if I could go right now, this would be perfect. It's in the middle of the fucking initiative order, but you're at the end or something. Or you just went at the beginning.
Yeah.
It would be perfect if there was a way to... in fact, no, I would like to go now, but I think it does cause problems with like quieter people at the table. When you've got a group of strangers and maybe not a super like cohesive, knit together group. I think it can leave people out. And the problem always is, when does the Dungeon Master go?
Yeah.
When does the Dungeon Master go? Maybe the Dungeon Master, if there's 6 people at the table, they roll a d6. Oh, it's a 1. Okay, one person goes, then I go.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? But then you're rolling dice to find where you go.
Yeah.
So then just play initiative. I think it's more for the players to go where they want.
I agree. I think it is very, very much skewed towards players.
I thought the Dagger Hat had a great thing going with the Dungeon Master's token system.
Yeah.
And they could spend tokens to go. They couldn't go twice in a row or something like that. So you couldn't go like, oh, I'm going to spend this one. My turn's been, I'm going to spend this one. It's like there had to be a player go in between you or something like that. But you spent to go where you wanted, which I thought was really cool. But I think they scrapped it, didn't they?
I don't know.
And then they just went with like standard initiative. Like,
I'm not sure.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, again, I think initiative's fine.
It's
like,
fine.
But I just think that because I can't think of a way around to make it more efficient.
I think there is a better way to do it. I just can't think of it because first of all, I'm not smart enough.
True.
And second of all, I'm not a game designer.
Yeah.
So if people could drop down in the comments their versions of initiative,
yeah,
and
like have you tried to run like something like
this?
a
loose initiative?
Yeah. Like have you deviated from the standard, you know, D&D?
I don't mind this one. I think like what?
Monsters go after.
If you go at the end,
times,
you can't double turn and go straight at the beginning.
Yes.
But you can't go again until everyone is gone, and I imagine that's Dungeon Master included. But then like the Dungeon Master goes. The problem is I don't like when the Dungeon Master goes, I don't think.
Yeah, after a set number of turns.
Do you know what I mean?
Is it the same? Is it the same number every time?
Yeah.
Or is it they roll like on a
like I've got a party of 4, 2 people need to go, then I can go, then the other 2 go, then I can go.
Yeah.
But it's like
but
that only works if I've only got 2 enemies. What if I have 7 enemies?
And you know, if it's the same number every time, then you know your players will end up being able to at least foresee how the first 3 rounds of combat are going to go.
Yeah.
To a certain degree. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't have the answers for initiative, but yeah. I'd be interested to know if you use different initiative rules. What are they?
I would.
And how do you find they work?
To hear about a like flex initiative
Yeah.
that is far more loose than just we roll.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. All right. The next one is titled. Ugh. That's it. Goodbye. It's titled, My DM is ruling that vicious mockery doesn't work on most monsters because he thinks that they can't hear. Basically, as the title says, whenever we have an encounter with a monster that is not an animal, beast, or human, he states that it can't hear. So vicious mockery wouldn't work. Some examples of this include zombies, skeletons, oozers, ents, etc. I don't know what to do. I don't feel like vicious mockery is such a strong spell to rule it like this, but I also don't want every encounter to turn into an argument about the physical capabilities of the enemies.
Yeah. Does the creature have to understand you for vicious mockery? I don't think it does.
No, it just has to be able to hear you. It doesn't matter if it can understand your language.
Why can't the zombie hear you?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it. And again, the thing is, vicious mockery...
It does like what?
Vicious, a D4.
It does a D4, but
the thing is, it's the disadvantage on the next attack.
Yeah, but it's also a saving throw. You know, isn't it? It's a wisdom saving throw or something.
You can tell I've never used vicious mockery in my life.
We don't really play bards at our table. We haven't had many bards.
I mean, I've had a bard, but she certainly didn't.
She didn't use vicious mockery. Like it's a wisdom saving throw, I think, and if you fail, you have disadvantage on the next attack. And I think it's like a D4 damage.
Wisdom save. Yeah.
It's like, why are we making cantrips unusable?
Yeah.
Unusable.
Yeah, and I don't know, like if it's, you know, I mean, the way it says is if the target can hear you, though it need not understand you.
But why does a zombie, like the zombie can hear other things? Why can it just not hear the attack?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel
maybe
like
the DM's getting confused between comprehending and hearing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe the Dungeon Master just hates having disadvantage.
Hates vicious mockery.
Just hates having disadvantage on all their attacks.
Yeah, but again, you know, I also think if you're... The only way I would use vicious mockery, not that I ever did, would be in a situation where it's my turn, the creature goes next, it's going to hit an ally who could potentially die from this.
Yeah, who's going to get really hurt.
Yeah, like that is the situation I would use vicious mockery, right? And even then, I would probably just try and kill the thing. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of these things where a bard, especially at a higher level, because I understand at 5th it goes up, at 8th it goes up, but you know,
Yeah, to
2d4 damage,
3d4.
you know, you can argue at higher levels, a bard using its whole action on vicious mockery, most of the time, probably isn't worth it.
But that's the thing. It's like the reason why the damage die is so bad is because the effect that it also
incredible.
gives is really good.
It's really good.
But it's like, do you know what I mean? They could blast you with 3d10 firebolt damage or 3d10 Eldritch Blast damage, where they get 3 attacks where they could crit, but they're not. They're doing something where they're doing no damage to probably help other people out.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, it's a great utility spell.
It is,
and it's great to help allies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, you know, it is a cantrip, I guess.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, being able to give disadvantage. But then again, is it a wisdom save? It's not a guarantee.
It's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
So, like,
maybe.
I think it's a well-balanced cantrip.
Maybe their player's really annoying about what they say with vicious mockery.
You smell!
Boo!
Like, yeah, I don't know. I always feel like instead of trying to just cheese our way around spells that we don't like, we should tell our players why we don't like them.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But at the same time, it's like you're giving up damage. Basically, maximum you can do is 4. You're giving up damage to give some sort of utility advantage to your team.
On a save as well. On a failed save.
Yeah, I think that's fucking stupid, personally.
There was one comment that did get me.
What did it say?
As a person who has taught middle schoolers, you can absolutely be mocked viciously without any audio required.
Oh, God.
Mocked viciously.
I mean, I guess that's what the spell says.
And that
mocked viciously.
Mocked viciously.
Viciously mocked. I have been mocked viciously.
And I just think that's so funny.
That is funny.
The next one is I did away with a maximum number of attunement slots. I put them back in pretty quickly when we realized my wife's rogue had a plus 17 with ranged weapons as a level 5 human.
Yeah. See, I don't care about the attunements. I don't really care so much about the attunement slot thingy, because it matters about how many magic items you give out.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why it's there, and I think it's good that it's there, but I would just not give out an amount of magic items where... The thing is, where the problem gets here is you don't usually get it at level 5, and I can't believe we've got it at level 5 here. It's like when we're at level 10, 11, 12 or something like that, when we've got our first round of magic items for everyone and everyone's got 3, and then you start to replace those magic items with better ones, that's where the problem comes in, because then you just like, oh, I have a +1, and now you've given me a +2, so I have now a +3, and then that's when it starts to get out of hand.
Yeah.
At level 5,
a plus 17.
How many fucking magic items are you giving out?
How many magic items are you
You
getting?
got a +17 level.
+17?
What magic items are you getting?
Yeah.
And how many?
Let's say they have a 20, right? What? That's a +5 in a stat.
Yeah.
And then you've got a proficiency bonus is
+2. No, it's +2 level 5.
Is it +2?
No, it's +3.
I think it's +3.
No, isn't it level 6 where it goes up?
I think it's 5. I think it's.
Oh my God.
I think it's 5. I think it's 5. I don't know.
No, yeah, because 4 is
a feat or an ASI.
4 is a feat, and then 5 is you're right, proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
So you'd have +8.
Yeah.
So where'd you get the 11 9 from?
Wait. Yeah.
There's a lot of numbers going around right now.
11? Is it 11?
11 would not. No, 11 would be 19.
19. 9.
Yeah, where you getting +9
where you
from?
+9 from?
Where you getting that +9
How are you
from?
getting +9 from? Unless they
Where
can't
you
have
getting
the 9 +1 items. No way.
No, there's no way. Unless you went and just saved up all
them.
you got, but that's still a +1 something is still a decent amount of gold.
Yeah.
I'm so
like,
uncomfortable. It's
maybe,
insane.
Maybe you're uncomfortable because the dog.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Maybe the team, I don't know, didn't want their items and gave them to the rogue. I don't know. This blanket's not very warm, is it?
It's fine. It is what it is.
We've got a new blankie. Yeah. To that I say, how many fucking magic items is there?
Stop giving them so many magic items.
But you know, I do understand having a +17 at 5 is
too much.
wackus bonkus.
Yeah, and then you'd put the rule back in. But the problem is, it's not so much the rule; it's the fact that you're giving out so many magic items.
Accessibility for the items.
Yeah, like, just stop giving out so many magic items.
Yeah. The next one is, one of my players suggested a rule where if you rolled a negative number for initiative, like having a -2 dex mod and rolling a 1, that the character should miss the first round of combat for being so slow. The table thought it was funny and we decided to add it in. This got taken back pretty quickly.
I bet it did.
When our dex dump paladin had to sit for the first hour and a half of combat doing nothing.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
It's like having a -1 in initiative is already bad.
Already stinks.
It's like let's just say you have a -2 and you roll a 1, so it's a -1, and then everyone goes, and then you're at the end.
Especially as a melee.
As a melee paladin, which you will be because you can't really be a ranged paladin, not a really good one anyway. Like, you want to go up front and first because you want to get in there and do the damage and stuff like that. So to already be last is bad enough. Combat takes a while. Going through initiative as a whole and then coming back to the top of initiative and then doing it all again and then being last. The combat's probably almost over. It's like, oh, I'm here, guys. And it's just like one crippled zombie because everyone's beating it to shreds. It's got like 3 hit points left. And you're like, okay.
Okay, then.
Okay, I guess I'll do my job
and
now.
You know what? I feel like this is a perfect example of, that's funny. Yeah,
that's
sure.
hilarious.
But then in actual practice, feels dog shit
when
terrible.
Somebody actually misses the first round of combat.
Yeah, feels actually dog shit. And you know, how you could argue how often is it going to happen, but I've seen Stranger. I've seen many terrible dice rolls.
I don't really know anyone who dumps dexterity.
No, me neither.
None of my table dump dexterity.
No, but that
because they all want decent initiative because they've seen what happens when they have bad initiative.
Yeah,
and initiative. And I've said this since the beginning of this podcast 2 years ago. I feel like people don't realize how powerful initiative truly is.
Yeah,
like getting the first attack in initiative. Especially if you're like a good person at going first, like a Gloomstock or something like that. Going first can be so strong.
I agree. Yeah.
Just chunking an enemy so it's on the back foot immediately.
Yeah, and you know, the enemy as well, especially if the enemy has like a cone attack or, you know, something that recharges, being able to get that first attack out and then be able to recharge it and have it again.
Having
next
a
round.
dragon go with breath attack and like destroying the party, and then them being sort of like, man, I can't just do what I want to do, which
is 76 damage.
Go in and be reckless, and like just like swing my axe around and stuff like that. Now I actually have to be like, man, I need you to heal me, and I need to like conserve my hit points. Just changes the flow of combat completely.
Yeah, no, it really, really does. Yeah, I think that's a perfect example of, that sounds fine, and then categorically it's not fine. The next one is weapon speed. You'd roll initiative, and then you would add your weapon speed on it. Sometimes you would have rounds where you couldn't even go. Everybody switched to darts that had a weapon speed of 2 and started going 3 to 4 times a round. The DM knocked that stupid shit off immediately. I'm fairly certain he wasn't running it right anyway, and even then I hated it as a game concept.
I don't think I quite understand how that works.
Me neither. So you'd roll initiative, then you would add your weapon speed onto it.
See, the thing is where these things fail is, oh well, my weapon speed is this, so I just can't go. So it's just like, so what's the point in having that weapon? It's like when you make some weapons just completely useless. It's like all 5e. Some weapons were just fucking pointless because they didn't do the right damage dice.
Yeah.
Nobody picked the long sword because you could just get a great sword and do like a D12, 2d6 instead of 1d10.
Yeah.
I understood that it could be versatile, but then when you were using it in one hand, it did a D8 of damage.
Yeah.
So you would just use something else because it's when you make something completely useless, it's a shit roll.
Yeah.
And then when you make something that is the only good thing, like the dart, it's fucking shit. It's the same. It's like you use Great Maul, Great Sword.
You then create a meta, which everyone is the only thing people are going to use. But like the thing is, I don't understand how you could go 3 to 4 times in a round.
I don't know. I don't understand the rule.
Yeah,
well enough.
Me neither.
That's why weapon masteries are so good.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, okay, my weapon is actually a little shitter in terms of its damage dice.
But the properties
really actually unreal.
Yeah.
Like, I get Vex.
Yeah.
Which means I get advantage on my second attack. I'd give up having a better damage dice to get advantage on my second attack.
Yeah.
Like as a rogue, I have advantage on my first attack. I hit. Hey, I get advantage on my second attack because I hit with my attack.
Yeah.
You weapon masteries have changed the game
No, I
for
completely
weapons because weapons were just fucking pointless before.
Yeah, I agree. Weapon masteries are great. Again, I played a level 14 Eldritch Knight fighter, and the weapon masteries, because fighters have the most, right? Felt so fucking good, and being able to just choose which mastery I had because I got sap, slow, and push, but that I could
Automatically
whenever I wanted. Oh god, it felt so
I
good,
know.
so good. But yeah, I don't think I fully understand this rule.
No, I don't. I think I need to learn more. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what the rule is because if some weapons you just can't even use and some weapons are just better than the rest, it's a shit rule.
Yeah.
Full stop. It doesn't matter what the rule does or doesn't do.
Yeah.
Like I just hate rules that make things useless.
Yeah. I agree. These last two were submissions. I was supposed to bump these up to the top, but I obviously forgot.
No. Save the best to last. You know what I'm saying?
All right. This is the penultimate, and this is a submission from Riku, and he uses he/him pronouns.
Thank you, Riku.
When I DM, I enjoy playing with my version of critical hits called the critical kill. Here's how it works. When you roll a natural 20 on an attack, roll a second time. If you do not get another 20, you still deal maximum damage plus the normal damage dice. For example, an attack that deals 1d6 plus 2 damage normally, a critical hit will deal 8, max damage plus 1d6.
Crunchy crits.
If you do roll a second natural 20, you deal double maximum damage instantly. For example, attack that deals 1d6 plus 2.
It's 16 because you
Yes.
get 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2.
Yes. It'd be...
Yeah, 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2.
Yes.
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 And for most enemies, not legendary creatures or important named creatures, I will have my player roll the d20 a third time. If they roll a third natural 20, they automatically kill whatever they're fighting. I feel like this gives more weight to how powerful a critical hit can be.
See, I think that's fun.
Yeah,
Because
I
the
think that's
thing
fun.
is, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The second natural 20, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Matthew, do the odds.
Yeah.
We all know Matthew
Yeah,
likes to do the
yeah,
odds.
do the odds.
But like rolling 2 natural 20s isn't the craziest thing
No,
on
it
earth.
happens.
It can happen.
It happens.
It can
To
happen.
be honest, we've also seen 3 natural 20s.
I mean, we have,
Once
and
or
that's the
twice.
thing. It's bonkers.
It is.
And the
yeah.
fact that it happens, you're already in hysterics with the fact that somebody's
Yeah,
rolled 3 natural 20s.
2 natural
So
20s.
just the thing is as well, the thing is, if a creature takes 3 crits in a row, apart from if it's the first attack and the first round of combat, it might not kill it.
Yeah.
But 3 natural 20s all doing like crunchy crit damage, it's probably dead anyway.
Yeah.
So just let it just be an instant
Yeah,
kill.
and you know what? I the stipulation of, not legendary creatures or like importantly named
you're
creatures.
not going to kill Vecna like
Yeah.
that.
Like I just think that's fun.
I think it's
and
fun.
you know what? I think a lot of people would be like, yeah, that's well deserved actually. Yeah. You know what? Fair enough.
So I used to run crunchy crits like in my first campaign,
Yes.
but we realized I didn't realize at the beginning because it was my first ever campaign. I like to run quite hard combats.
Yeah.
And we've only realized the quite hard combats as we've gone on, and we've realized these are actually quite tough.
Yeah.
So with my combats being tough and then having really swingy mechanics like crunchy crits, it was just impossible for me to run because I like them to be quite tough anyway.
Mm.
If my enemies get crits, then it's just a combat killer for me.
Yeah.
If you run slightly more like easy flowing combats, like less high stakes combats, then I think crunchy crits is something that you should consider.
Yeah.
I think it makes
crunchy crits are so much fun.
because I think it can add an element of it's all going wrong.
Yeah, and you know what? If you like that, it's all going wrong, and you run incredibly tough combats, trust me, a crunchy crit, a crunchy crit will do that for you.
It'll send
trust
it. Yeah.
me. Let me tell you that for free.
So what you just clarification: maximum damage dice for the first dice, add all modifiers, and then you just roll as normal for the second.
Yeah.
That's how you do crunchy crits.
Yeah, good fun. But I think 3 natural 20s. Yeah, I want to instantly kill a creature.
Yeah.
On it, yeah.
You should,
To be honest,
and I feel
do.
like again, unless it's a named creature,
Yeah.
I think you should be able to.
Yeah, I think that's so much fun. And obviously there's going to be people who really fucking hate this rule.
Yeah.
But I really like that. I just think that's fun. And I think if that happened at our table, I can't imagine the scenes.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it.
Yeah. It would be hysterics.
Yeah, I like it, Riku. Nice one.
Yeah, I like it. It's
Nice.
good. It's good fun.
Yeah, good fun. All right, the last one. This has been sent in by Anonymous, and he uses he, they pronouns.
Thank you very much, Anonymous.
I played an cursive... Sorry.
Oh my god.
I played in a Curse of Strahd campaign, and our DM added a staggered initiative rule halfway through the campaign.
Okay.
The party would all roll initiative, and each player would be followed by an enemy, alternating until the last person went. This was in an effort to prevent us from snowballing encounters, but honestly, it just felt bad to play, especially since 3 out of the 5 players had high dexterity.
Yeah. And it also comes down to, what if there's not as many enemies as there is people? Do you know what I mean? So it's just like...
Yeah.
So then, like, you have a troll. One troll.
Yeah.
And then, oh, okay, we go, troll goes. Okay, we go, troll goes. Oh, we go, troll goes. It's like, you're not just fighting a troll, you're fighting a troll with legendary actions. Because that's not how... Unless it's just like, person goes, troll goes. Person goes, person goes, person goes. Person goes, troll goes. But then it's just like, you're also just bumping the troll really high in initiative.
Yeah.
Which is going to make it in favor of the troll.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it would be person, troll, person, 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 troll. Person, 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 troll. Instead of going...
But then you got the problem of... So the troll isn't particularly dexterous, it's just very strong. So if the troll goes high in initiative, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Because that's not the point of the troll.
Yeah.
But now the troll goes really early, does loads of damage.
Yeah.
Now we're on the back foot.
Yeah.
So it's not a good rule.
Yeah.
I don't think.
What's your opinion on many thing?
Many thing, also not good. So I like to, when I've got, if I've got like 3 things, then I'll have like, okay, it's thing red, thing blue, thing yellow, and I'll roll initiative for all 3 of them. If I've got like 6 or 7, it's group blue, group red, and I'll roll initiative for the whole group, and then like they'll go where they land.
Yeah.
Having like that is a back and forth, and you can't get an upper hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good when a few people go next to each other, because it's like, oh, it's looking bad. Okay, the cleric's first. Cleric casts Mass Cure Wounds. Okay, we're looking slightly better.
Yeah.
Paladin goes, gets a natural 20, smites.
Yeah.
This thing's off the board. It's like we've created an advantage because we've got a cluster in initiative.
Yeah. And then, vice versa, I think, as well.
That just feels more like ping pong. It's like, we go, you go, who can deal more damage? That's the side that'll win.
Yeah, and like, I was going to say that must take far longer, but no, probably, I don't know why it would take far longer, because it's exactly the same amount of things. But that it must feel like it's far longer, I think. Like, having to alternate every time. And then I wonder, does the DM roll initiative too? And then the creature that gets the highest initiative will then go second, then fourth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so there's more like an order.
Yes. Yeah. And then what happens if there's more enemies than players?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
do they
what
just
happens
like
if there's
pool
6
at the
enemies,
end?
4 players?
Yeah, do they go like player, enemy, player, enemy, player, enemy, player, enemy, enemy, enemy?
Probably.
Because then again, you're pooling for no reason.
Yeah, probably, right?
Because
I don't know.
If you have like 3 enemies at the end or something like that, it would be better if it was like 2, 1, 2, 1, like that, because then it's less. You don't want 3 enemies going in a row. That's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah.
So I just think the thing is with initiative, the one good thing that I do think that initiative does do is it's random. So like most of the time it'll be like couple of players, enemy, player, enemy, couple of players. Or like if it's really bad, sometimes the enemies can go at the beginning and then it is bad.
Yeah.
And then it feels kind of strange, but usually it's sporadic.
You would have to have a lot of faith in your DM as well to not build an encounter purely off being like, okay, this enemy's going second, this is going fourth, this is going sixth, and kind of planning it in that sense. In
the sense that it's a staggered initiative.
Yeah. You would have to hope that you would have faith in the DM that they also rolled initiative and then it goes like that. But that also, and you know what? I wonder if that's kind of what the DM means about not snowballing an encounter, right? By being able to absolutely plan down to a T what is going and when, regardless of the players.
Yeah, because this enemy goes first, this enemy goes like. But then it's like the whole point is you're not supposed to be able to plan for it.
Yeah, but I think I do think there's DMs out there who would actually probably find a lot of comfort in that. Find some comfort in being able to be like, yeah, okay, well, I know exactly how
combat's gonna go.
Yeah, no, you know, of course, you never know
You
how
don't know
combat's gonna
because
go.
the dice.
But
Yeah.
being able to actually be like, okay, well, I know that this is gonna happen. Then my players have this. I can prepare for X, Y, and Z. You know, I think that actually probably would bring a lot of DMs a lot of comfort because we all know balancing encounters is one of the hardest things in the game.
Maybe you're right. Yeah. I think
I wouldn't enjoy it as a player.
I think the problem is for me as well. I think it takes a lot of excitement out of combat because you sort of just know.
Yeah, like for the DM, I think it can do one of two things for a DM. It can either just make it not fun, or it can actually make you feel very confident. You know?
I think for the players it would. I think maybe for the Dungeon Master is a little bit easier to balance, but I think for the players it would feel dreadful.
Yeah,
like,
I wouldn't like to play with initiative.
Two people being like, oh yeah, I got a natural 20. It's just like, oh, I'm right after you. It's like, oh well, no, you're not,
and
because
you know when people spec into decks as well, like
you're giving the enemy a high initiative.
Yeah.
Because you got high initiative.
Yeah.
But it's like, but I guess it doesn't really matter because even if you got a bad initiative and still went first,
true, yeah,
there's still somebody next.
It swings and roundabouts,
but that's
right?
it. It's like it feels bad because it's just
it makes it all the same, no matter what. It makes it all the complete same. You know, like
I dislike it because like you can't. I feel like you can't really plan because there's always going to be an enemy in the way.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I'm going to do this, then we're going to see what the enemy's going to do.
I think that's what the point is.
Yeah.
The DM says to prevent you guys being able to actually like. You know, it kind of feels like this was maybe done in bad faith as opposed to I'm struggling to balance encounters a little bit.
Yeah.
It feels like, right, you guys are absolutely crushing everything I'm doing. I'm going to try and put a roadblock in. You know, like in class when you get separated from your friend because you're talking too much?
Yeah.
One of these things of being like,
I have to split you guys up.
I'm going to split you guys up, and then it stops encouraging teamwork. Or would this encourage teamwork?
No, I don't
know.
think it does the opposite because you can't be like, well, I'll cast Bless.
Yeah, can't work on combos.
Like, I'll like rip this spell or I'll haste you because I know you're going next or some stuff like that. It's like,
I mean, I guess you could still do that stuff, but
then the thing is,
it takes away.
I honestly, it's one of those things where, you know, when people are like, oh, don't tell the Dungeon Master because they'll plan against you.
Yeah.
It's almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really plan ahead because there's always going to be an enemy in between us. Oh, this person's got haste. Right, okay, well, the enemy goes over and starts to attack the wizard that cast haste.
Yeah.
It's like to try and break the concentration.
Yeah.
Like, there's always going to be something.
Yeah.
It's not always going to work. Like, the guy might miss the wizard and the wizard might succeed on the concentration check. But there's always going to be a chance that your plan's going to get foiled from the enemy in between.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just think that feels bad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I wonder what you think. What you reckon about that one. I certainly wouldn't want to play an initiative order like that because, you know, one of our favorite things, and this is so table specific, but one of our favorite things is working together and going, okay, what's a combo we could do here?
Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you know.
So I can plan, like...
When we had the cheese grater, that was a lot of planning, and that was a lot of looking at initiative order, understanding when things are going to go, you know, and
getting ourselves in the right position to push and pull.
I like the first round of combat where you actually don't know where anyone's going.
Yeah.
Like when you have to see the lay of the land.
And you don't know what the enemy's going to do.
Yeah, well, exactly. And then I feel like the second round of combat is when we all come online and like, okay, right, we're going to try this, you know? And that's the joy of combat for me.
Yeah.
Is the unpredictability of it all. And I think this takes it out of it entirely.
I completely agree.
I think that's the point.
That's the point, yeah. And I think
that's
what the Dungeon Master wants, which, you know, if it works for you, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. Your little toe. Is that your toe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought your toe was much closer to the end than it is. What do you think of the blanket?
It's alright.
Fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's better than having to bring my blanket over here.
Yeah.
It's got like so it's got a pattern on it. I don't know if you can see. And in the bits where the fluff isn't, it's like mesh. So I can feel like the cold air through it. So it's kind of cold. What do you reckon? You can't? I have shorts on, to be fair. Anyway.
I have your shorts on.
Well,
it's freezing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not freezing in the house. The house is quite warm, but outside it's freezing.
Yeah, I should have put joggers on, really.
Anyway.
Thank
you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Let us know that you enjoyed the episode.
Yay.
Tell us about what you think of these house rules. Obviously, all of these house rules are acceptable if you enjoy them at your table.
Absolutely.
But acceptable.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell. www.lgpodblast.co.uk. Go and pick up some merch. Patreon's down below. Come join us on Twitch.
So many new patrons. Oh my gosh.
Lots of new patrons.
Bloody hell.
Last entity stream
Yeah. Oh my
was
God.
rammed.
Jeez, there
It was great.
so many of you. It was incredible.
We're normally like, oh yeah, it's all right, entity advice stream. We'll get through all of them because, you know.
Very nearly didn't.
Yeah, we very nearly did. It's the first time we had so many patrons in the entity tier.
Wow.
We almost didn't get through all the advice. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Which is a good thing.
Which is a great thing.
Thank you so much for all the patrons. We love you so much.
Thank you.
You're amazing. Yeah, come and join us on Twitch as well. Come and join us on stream for a good fun time. We're gonna be playing Baldur's Gate soon.
Yeah.
We do advice there.
Yeah.
We hang out.
Yeah.
We talk about sexy video game characters.
We're probably gonna watch Castlevania over Christmas, I think.
Yeah. Loads of good fun stuff. Come and join us.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you.
Bully loves you.
Yeah.
We have been the Eldritch Podblast.
Yes.
And we're gonna see you on Thursday.
Bye. And another huge thank you to our patrons for all of your support. A big shout out to our fellow entities.
Hoobs.
Ariel.
Tula.
Runarian.
Arkham Labs Cosplay.
Maddie. Luna.
Teddysaurus.
Caspian. J-Spot.
Ultrafail.
Dallin M.
Sleepy.
Joe Dragonlord 2.
Alistar.
Lawkeeper Society.
Ricky B.
Danny Phantom.
Catherine.
Faustskin.
Azuriel.
Panda Queen Plays.
Xylo Boy.
Lucas Iapetis.
Luna River. Christomancy.
The Tacos Are Here.
Gavin.
Raynanana.
Aubrey in Spring.
Scrimbles.
KC Joe 1313.
Keplin 1000.
Pretend Itsu Ace.
Ash Z 22.
Liaxel 8.
Farewell Fox. Thank you again for all your support.
And if you too would like to become a patron of the Eldritch Podblast, check the link below.